Hello inflatable fans, I hope you're all well. I'm doing a bit of a project today. Now this that you can see on the floor here is an Intex Challenger K1 and I bought this for a specific thing that I want to do with it. But in order to make it work, I have to attach a standard Skeg mount because I actually thought the Intex Skeg mount was one of the standard ones, but it isn't. The mount itself, if I put those kind of side by side, you can see that the entrance slot is wider than that and longer. So for what I want to slot in here, I need to attach a Skeg mount. Thankfully, this boat does come with a rather nice guidance line there, so it saves me having to measure it out. I'm going to be able to line it up pretty much perfectly with those lines on there. So let's crack on. I've encountered my first problems before I've even got to putting this on. Right, if I put this on here, then I'm not going to be able to mount a Skeg because that one's going to be in the way and this will be in the wrong position. Can you see what I mean? Because that'll be too close for the height of that. It's just going to be going in at an angle. And so I thought, right, okay, I'll move it forward to about here. But unfortunately, because of the position of the valves and so on, I've had to put some air in the boat to get it off the floor. There's some books under here to create a solid base. Ideally, I wanted this to be here, but I can't put that there because the top tube actually stops me getting access to that area. So I'm going to have to move it forward a little bit to this location here. So what we're going to be using for this project is this Skeg mount, as you can see, the JB Marine weld, a mixing thing and some sandy paper. So I've got the books positioned in just about the right spot. The other thing that I'm going to need at some point is a heavy weight, and that'll be to weight this down once it's glued. The first job is just to kind of scuff up this to give it some purchase. So I'm just going to sand this just to make sure there's something for the epoxy to stick to. So that's got that nicely scuffed up. So we'll be going on around about there. No, there. Back of the books, that's it. As far back as we can to there. So where the back of the books are to that point there, just need to scuff this up a little bit. That's about right. Okay, it's time to mix some of this up. Instructions: squeeze equal parts from each tube onto a disposable surface and mix. So I'm going to use that. Now I am going to need a relatively large amount to cover this, I think, anyway. If I start with that, I can always add more to it. It sets in about 4 to 6 hours, so we've got, helps if you pierce that, Carlos. So we've got ample time to play to get this right. Never used this before. I've only ever really used Storm Shore and Gumatex elastic, so this one's a bit of a new one on me. Guess you just mix this until it goes grey, which it has. Right, so make sure you get this the right way around, Carlos. We'll just give this one more quick wipe over. So there are a couple of holes in there. I'm going to avoid those. Yeah, definitely going to need more. This black one's a lot thicker. A big bit there. Let's spread that out down here. It goes on nicely with this little spreader. Right, mix up a bit more. I think we're going to end up using most of this. Maybe not. Maybe a little bit left. This should do it, I think. Oops. Okay, now make sure we've got this the right way around. Yeah, and then back of the books. Oh, I'll put that in the wrong place, not to worry. Back of the books. Settle it as close as possible to the middle. That's squidging out, that's good. Wait. Alright, so some of this has squidged out the sides here, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to spread that in. This probably isn't going to look pretty when it's finished, but it doesn't need to, it just needs to stay on. Alright, leave that for about 4 to 6 hours. 15 hours totally cured, 15 to 24 hours. So we'll come back and have a look at that a bit later on.
20 hours later.
Right, let's have a look and see what this is like. Put the weights off. Ugh. Now the weights did fall off at some point, and I had to push it back on, and it had moved a little bit. It looked like it was coming away, but do you know what? That looks really well fixed. I mean, it's not pretty. It's not pretty, but by hell, that is tough. That looks like it's not going anywhere. I think what I'm going to do, I've got some Gorilla Tape here, and I think I might just put that around the edges just to finish it off. The hardest thing about this Gorilla Tape is getting the backing off it. There we go, that's all nicely glued on and stuck down. Great thing about this Gorilla Tape is it does mould nicely. That's just a bit of run of gum, that is, that's from where it's been stored. A little bit there too. It's very sticky, this butyl tape. But yeah, I have just done an off-camera check to make sure that the Skeg mount slides in okay, and that does. So, coming up next will be a video about why I've actually done this. So stick around on this channel if you want to find out what that's all about. And how do you stick around? You subscribe, you like and you share the video. And all that jazz! Alright, you take care of yourself, thanks for watching. If you've got any comments, by the way, chuck them in the comments. Cheerio. Yeah, it's doing alright.
Oh, it's lifting the front out.
So in the interest of full disclosure, when I went to fold the boat up, as you can see here, it has actually come away. That's my hand behind the Skeg mount. And yeah, I think this JB Weld epoxy resin, probably great on hard shell crafts, but not so good on flexible inflatable crafts. In hindsight, I would have been better using Storm Shore or Gumatex elastic.